My fame is widely known. I am now exalted amongst men, because of course I am. Yeah, that makes sense. Still 37% chance. 50% chance of murderizing. The thing is, her heir is in prison. Because he's in prison, I probably can revoke the title from him. Do it. If anyone's going to be the one to do this... There we go, 95% secrecy. Magnificent. That's all I needed. Impeccable household. Spouse's average stewardship led to this windfall. We gained some agents. Faction against me has disbanded. Glorious. Murder! Itching for a distraction. The woman in charge of cleaning the clothes of Count of Bjorg's guards is brought to me. No one will notice her tampering with the clothes, and if something distracting for the guards could be planted. What would you have of me, my lord? I want you to grind rosehips really fine, cut holes in their clothes in improper areas. This one doesn't actually make progress. Let's make the progress. I have a problem and I need your help. I have a vassal who seems to think you're a dick and don't deserve to be king of Leon. Worst of all, he's got action against me. How do I stop him? Kill him? Imprison him? Revoke his titles? Send him off to war? Alone? Oh yeah, hunting. That would help. Or holding a great feast. Cost me all of my money, but never mind. I am known for my devotion, because of course I am. I am now a devoted servant. Remember those dark days of being, sinner? Not anymore. The guests are gathered at the great hall, lords and ladies from near and far, from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. Disaster strikes! My lord, the wine. Time to crack open my secret stores. Because I'm an eager reveler, I have secret stashes of booze. Love it. Also, come on guys, this is 100%. All over my new shirt. We could all tell that Count's fake chicken robot was too much drunk, even though he insisted on showing us how sober he was. Simply rising from his seat proved too much for him, and now I'm covered in stinking vomit. This stresses me out. Gain 60 stress because I'm a drunkard and an eager reveler. Oh, ha! What a show you put on, because I'm diligent and arrogant. Wow, I really don't like being vomited on. What a show. Victory! My guests depart. Until next time. Let's go hunting. No, I can't. I have no money. Duke Robert imprisons every rebellious vassal and gains title revocation reason against each of them. Liberty factions disbanded, cannot be reformed for 10 years. You're welcome. My contribution, 0. I won that war for you. Now if you want independence from Sweden, I can probably help you that too. Passing time comes of age. I am proud to see that my child is no longer a daughter, but an adult. They grow up so fast. She's a drunkard, she's a child of a concubine, callous, temperate, brave, an insightful thinker. So technically learning. Technically. Alright, let's see if you can get me any alliances. Those are just baronies. Barony, barony, barony. Alright, what about prestige? Geldwin Robertine. And this will actually get us some prestige, so yes, I will send you. Off you go. Excellent. Disband you. Give this a moment or a month to replenish. We'll get all of our champions, then we can go raiding. Sigrid Mordling has left prison. I didn't let her leave prison. Oh, what's that? Ransom. Yes. And we're at full strength. Right, well, I think it's time for some raiding. And in charge of the raid is going to be the Reaver. Katarina. Okay. We could totally just go for West Francia. We could also go for just Lotharingia. Just across the border. Let's do that. Let's just burn Lotharingia. Is Holland my primary title again? No. Brugge still is. Because it's still the more powerful Yalda. Oh man, look how fast that was. A barely used trail. Hey, Templin! Thank you very much for the raid. Hello, hello, hello. For the Tsar! You mean for the Koning? We are Frisian after all. What were you playing? CK3? Oh no, I bet you were playing Iron Harvest. I'm guessing it was Iron Harvest. A barely used trail. Alvor is preparing a special trip for young Countess Bjorg. The child trusts that she'll be brought to an enjoyable day in the forest. Bjorg will unfortunately get lost and will be impossible to find before nightfall. Oh, she was so young. A child lost in the forest? It happens tragically often. Mental break, coming home to roost. As I walk the corridors of my palace, frustrated, many of my courtiers seem to be droning on and on about some problem they're having in Bruges. Honestly, at times it feels like the entire realm would collapse if I didn't do everything for myself. Something about the discussion sounds familiar. Was that law not my idea? Is this my fault? Sod this, I'm off to the warhouse. The warhouse? Warhouse. I lose 72 stress, however I do become a rakish. Stiff drink. I gain drinking binge for 3 years. Or it's just mindless chatter, nothing to do with me. We lose some more stress. Knowing this guy, definitely a whorehouse. There we go. Just finished some Iron Harvest, hoping to do CK3 tomorrow. Awesome. Going around murdering children, I would not know anything about that. This child is just, unfortunately, just getting horribly, horribly lost. A mangled corpse, oh no. Countess Bjorg is dead. The search went long into the night before it was called off and reconvened at dawn. It was only then that the body was found, bloodied, mangled, and torn after an attack by some vicious, hungry beast. At least I hope that was a beast's doing. Thankfully, everyone agrees it's a terrible tragedy, and my involvement in the existence of... not read that bit. And they say the children of the future. I am overwhelmed by stress again. Awesome. Right, so you are back in charge. That's unfortunate for you, because I'll be taking that. Thank you very much. And just like that, the Netherlands, or Holland, is once again unified under my glorious rule. Huzzah. What a time to join the stream. Yeah, that was perfectly timed. This character is not a pleasant gentleman. I'm just gonna say that. He's a incestuous, adulterous murderer. And the annoying thing is, the incestuous, adulterous bit was before I even started, so I've just had that burden carried with me the entire game. Like, he is a character, he's not terrible. But his personality? Oof. Not good. Not good at all. You mean the ladies of negotiable virtue. There you go. How's my heir? Dead. The other heir, though, the spare, he's alright. Very, very intelligent, high learning. Which is going to be useful because we are the head of the culture. And I am desperately trying to get through the technology so I can actually become feudal. It's so annoying because, like, you can see where I am. I'm here in the Netherlands and in Belgium. But because all the territories I control are feudal and I am not, I can't build anything there. It's horrible. Has early medieval unlocked yet? Yeah. Unfortunately, if you're a tribal government, you can't research it. So I have to finish all the tribal technologies before I can even start an early medieval. It's a terrible mechanic. I hate this mechanic. They've made it far too difficult to become feudal. It should be like, it requires all of this difficulty if you are still in tribal territories. But if you're actually, like, owning, say, more than, I don't know, arbitrary number, like, I don't know, 80% of your territories are feudal, then you should have, like, an easier time becoming feudal. So that would give you an incentive to go after feudal territories as well. But no. We're still a long way away. Oh. I could get a free succession for just 300. We should probably do that. Attempt suicide? No. Visit a brothel. That sounds better. Lose 25 ducats. Here I come, girls. Stress coping. Wanton ways. I lay in a tangle of limbs. A woman straddling me as release and relief so shudders through me. My mind is calmer than it's been in weeks, but still the pulse races. Magnificent. Lose 84 stress. No longer consumed by stress. Right, let's think on this. A question of succession. The question of who shall succeed me after my death has plagued me ceaselessly of late. The threat of splitting the realm ever on my mind. Of course, while it is usually difficult to persuade the realm to accept a new order of succession, it can be much easier to return to the old. The ancient ways of the people were best. We'll gain Scandinavian elective, which is exactly what I was looking to get. Yeah, we'll take Scandinavian succession. Alright, so I need to nominate a successor so I can actually choose somebody else. So if we didn't, for example, want to go for Dominic Laudat, then we wouldn't need to. Now, can I see who everyone else is voting for? Lover's Pox, the fire of love. The burning sensation in my groin was growing unbearable. I had to excuse myself and flee to my chambers. Finally alone, I could scratch myself to find relief. Yet there was no relief to be found. My fingers found blisters and tore them open. How? Who? If there's an emperor, you could voluntarily become a vassal, become feudal the quick way, and then declare independence. There's no emperors. The only emperor I think was Byzantium. Whoa, Khazaria! Growing ever bigger. Impressive. Right, so none of you are getting votes yet. So, at the moment, Dominic Laudat is my heir. Going by age. Gregarious, trusting, temperate. And honestly, he's probably the best choice. All of my other sons are kind of jerks. None of you, unfortunately, are just. Yeah, I think it's still got to be Dominic. Although, actually, Leto is not bad. Gluttonous, I think, is actually a virtue for us. Yeah, it is. Because we have the ritualized celebrations. So, arrogant, diligent, gluttonous is not too bad. Temperate. Temperance is a sin. Leto would be the better choice. We're voting for Leto. $84 votes for Leto. Everyone's voting for him. So I guess they were waiting for me to vote, and they were like, yeah, okay, we'll vote with that guy. Vote strength 39. Total development modified by faith and culture group. And then the capital popular opinion plus 11, which is a huge amount, which I've gained by being a popular figurehead, which is quite nice. Send for the physician. Do I still have a physician? I do still have a physician. I cannot send for them, though. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Searching for one. Indulge and drink. Well, I better get over things by drinking. Cheers. Stress coping. Drink up. Another cup and my shoulders relax a bit more. This is how I meant to spend my time. To be sober is to suffer. And there we go. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Nothing at all bad going on here. Nope. Oh, that's a negative. How about I go this way? Raiding your neighbours. Such a great idea. Oh, no, that's negative. Is this already looted? Yes. Oh, no, that's negative. That's not. Right? Oh yeah, of course, because I passed through Keldron. It's like, why did I... Oh yeah. Yep, that would deliver money back home. Yep. To the obnoxious King Odium Infinitus, in a few days' time, my vile vassal, Duchess Adulis, will travel through Holland. If you orchestrate an ambush and capture her, I will reward you generously. Trutgaud of Bavaria. If you accept my offer, you will get half the money now and the other half when you turn over the Duchess. If she should die in the fray, I will shed no tears, but I will not pay for her corpse. I trust the words of this parchment will stay between us. I look forward to your reply. I'll pretend to accept, but warn her. 75% chance of succeeding. Or I can try and capture her. 55% chance that I do, 30% chance that she escapes, 15% chance that she dies. That's a 70% positive. He is not very good at intrigue, is he? I wonder if that's locked in straight away or if I can modify that by... Wait, your intrigue stinks. Okay, never mind. I'm going to warn her. Who is this Duchess, anyway? You are a Franconian Catholic. So are you. This guy is just... He's actually quite cool. 30% chance or 25% chance. I know the perfect place for an ambush. She escaped. That's the worst possible outcome. Soz, dude. Now, is there anyone else that I need to be improving relations with? No, you all love me. Let's go with Barrett again. Yeah, I still paid up front. just good business after all. No issues. Lawfully imprison Countess Maria. I don't know why I'd want to. I can ransom people. Ah yes, a hunt. Let's go! And there we go. Stress-free. Poachers, here in the Duke's Woods. They huddle together as I ride through with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead hare behind them. We didn't do this. Your mercy! Their blades and bows belie their words. They will hang, and their villagers will pay. You seem like excellent bowmen. The animal is mine, along with the fines for their lives. I mean, it's... poaching outrage, that's a 40% negative. I don't really need that prowess. I don't do any of the fighting myself. They will hang. Justice, right? I think this is what justice means. Pretty sure this is justice. Zemolf, hey, how are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. Hello, hello, hello to all of the raiders. It's good to see that Britain's in its usual state when nobody's playing in it. Yeah, Britain's a bit of a mess. For sure. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the farmland behind as the servants prepare the hare and the other game for the journey back. To heed the call of the wild is usually an adventure, and this outing truly delivered both the good and the even better in overabundance. Gain prestige. Lovely. And with that, we are completely chill. No more stress. So what were you guys just playing? Darkest Dungeon. Oh, interesting. Haven't played that in a while. My last chance. Sobislav has decided that his time in Bruges has come to an end. The servants have packed his chests and he has said his farewells. With Sobislav goes the claim of the county of Wolkenstein. May your journey be swift and sure. Don't really want that claim anyway. It's like miles away. How's K3 so far? It's good. Yeah, it's good. A scheme at court. My spy master has come to me with grave news. But we do not know yet who. Somebody's trying to kill me. Well, we better switch you to uncovering those schemes then, hadn't we, Mr. Uber Spy? And you're providing one bonus as well. So, yes, we started out as the Count of Gotland, which is over here. Currently owned by a member of my family, though becoming increasingly distant at this point. We then moved down to Holland and became the Jarl of Holland. After Holland, we then moved down to Flanders, just because Flanders is a bit richer, and eventually formed the Kingdom of Frisia, so we've united basically the whole area. We did own Sjelland for a while. This is another branch of our family. And we also have a tiny little holdout up here in Trondelag, which allowed us to reform our faith. So we are now Reformed Oosteroo. You can probably tell that I have meddled in France a little bit. France was, for a time, the strongest, the most unified, the most scary France that it is possible to have, because it owned France and northern Italy. And then they let their king get captured by me. And it hasn't been the same since. England is kind of a burning ruin. Although we did have one massive showdown with Alfred the Great, which was quite a lot of fun. Sweden at the moment is run from Estonia and is a bit of a giant. Although I just noticed Anjou is actually independent of Sweden. Interesting. You actually won your independence. Cool. I'm allied to Anjou. That's why that matters. We have little Swedish enclaves all over the place. We had the first crusade, the one and only crusade, which was against us when we flipped France, Oosteroo, and they took Romagna off of them, so the papacy has grown a bit bigger. And yeah, that's the state of the world. After losing Gotland, we now call it Hadland. Well, it's still in the hands of my family, so I haven't lost it. Dire Moonson of Visby. He's pretty wealthy. Not as wealthy as me, but it's doing alright. And at the moment, we are 61, so we've slowed things down a little bit. We spent some time consolidating the realm, which made him absolutely hated by everyone, fought a massive civil war, imprisoned and otherwise disposed of everyone who didn't like him. And now things have settled down quite a bit. Have I worked out whether it's better to have, say, 2 archer units level 1 or 1 at level 2? Considering you are limited in how many regiments you can actually control, which is said here, men-at-arms, it's definitely better to have 1 of 200. Was the French king the one I managed to demand the conversion of? Yep. And then immediately after doing that, the Pope called a crusade against him. While I was fighting him for Flanders. Then I joined the crusade. We did eventually lose, but we made the Pope fight for it at least. And now I'm trying to work out how on earth to go after Sweden. And actually noticing that they've only got 3,000 men, I could probably do it. Because what I really want to do is start flipping Sweden Österru. So that Sweden at least is going to be modern Norse. I mean, we could also go after some of the smaller kingdoms like Jorvik. Although Sweden owns large chunks of England as well, and having them converting that would just be so helpful. Hofgodai has been exposed. Well, he should stop exposing himself then. Divided attention, domain limit +2. That's going to be useful because I was over my limit. Not anymore. Now under it. And keep looting. I'm wondering just how much looting I want to do here before we turn around and go after Sweden. Duke Roger of Frisia finished the increase control task. Alright, where do we need to get control still? Zutphen, Oldenburg, Zeeland. Oh, Zeeland really needs it. Zeeland it is.